Loves, welcome to the Daily Pick a Card and birthday reading for December 13th. If you were born today after sunrise, you are a 5 of clubs. If you were born before sunrise, you're actually yesterday's card, which was a 6 of clubs. So I'm going to read each card, and then all together for the collective, we'll talk about what kind of energy the 5 of clubs brings to the day and what we might bump up into and how we might navigate the card's messages. Then a special birthday message for you, 5 of clubs. This is your solar year cards. They are here to help you help yourself in raising your vibration to energize your manifesting abilities. Card number 1, the 6 of clubs. Okay, yesterday's card. Oh, what a day that was. Yeah, but this is perfect for Sagittarius season. This is being a healer through the truth. It is truth seeking, it is truth grounding, embracing all of the good things that you can possibly be able to use as far as putting the truth to good use. It is about intellectual pursuits, how you gather your knowledge, what you do with your knowledge. How do you share that? Are you a truth healer? If you're a Sagittarius, you probably are. It's the Lovers card in the Major Arcana. So this is you aligning with your best choices that you're making. You are making really good choices, harmonic choices that has that vibration of who you're meant to be, who you are. It's just a card that says, the 6 of clubs, it just says that you are doing the best that you can at this time. Very nice. Let's look at card number 2. We've got the 4 of clubs. This is really lovely as well because it's stability and it is making good choices. It's feeling grounded. It is feeling solid in your decision making. It's the Hierophant card in the Major Arcana. So you've got that gravity, that old school knowledge, the universal knowledge to kind of bank on, like padding. You pad yourself with that and you are bumping up into whatever you bump, but you've got like this aura of stability that you're within. So nothing really comes in to disturb the force, if you will. I'm loving this so far, especially on a 5 of clubs day, because there's a lot of energy that happens around a 5 of clubs. There's a lot of decision making. There's a lot of seeking. There's a lot of activity in thinking things through, overthinking, trying not to think. Being impatient is a big one for the 5 of clubs, and it's learning through all of it. The good thing about a 5 of clubs, one of the good things I should say, there's many, but it's Jupiter energy, and Jupiter is that expansion of joy, and it's the Judgment card in the Major Arcana. So that's part of the umbrella that we are under today for the energy that we might be bumping up into. And the Judgment card is just, timely decision making. So, and having that be joyful, it's editing, yes, but it's really understanding that judgment energy to the Black 5s is about knowing that each and every decision making thing that's going on for you is a step in the right direction. These are significant journey steps for you. It's like every time you come to a crossroad to make a decision as to which way to go, gives you something. Gives you something for your toolbox of life and future decision making. Plus, you get all of the little tidbits of what doesn't work. So you've always got a full basket of things to think about, to acknowledge and share, to add to something that's already pretty nice. It just makes it even all that much better because the fives have that ability to spot what's worthy and go with that. Love it. All right, let's take a look at the third. Wow, fate. We had this yesterday. All right, let's take a look. Same space, too. So I'll just repeat that the fate card is something that happens along your way today, just running into it. It's synchronicities and consequences and, energy that is there that you need to move through. And it's all there to give you a mirror of you. So let's find out what we get. I know, shuffling a little more than usual, but it felt necessary, so I did it. And I just let my fingers do the talking back here. They're going to tell me which card the powers that be would like to have pulled. Wow, it was down here at the bottom yesterday as well. Interesting, isn't it? It's that energy and the flow of this first day of the third deacon. All right, let's see. The King of Hearts in reverse. Okay, all right. Well, some of us are having some troubles with figuring out what we want to do with ourselves. This is the possibilities that you might be bumping up into today in an outward sense, or you might be dealing with it, getting triggered by something you run into today. Some consequence, some energy out there is either going to trigger this in you, or you might be bumping into that kind of energy, which really gives you that mirror that fate card gives you to contemplate where you might take it. So take it into the King of Hearts. The thing about the King of Hearts is I like to call it the grandpa card because it's like so experienced in such a super good way. You know when, where, and how, and why to deliver the kind of nurturing or nature building that needs to happen. But since it's in reverse, there's this resistance to it. So we're looking at that resistance and what that might mean. It could mean dealing with some emotional conditioning. You're finding yourself in some kind of contractual love. It could be serving yourself instead of the greater good. So there could be a measure of being unavailable to emotionally engage. It can go so far as having this patronizing element to it. So, as I said, you could get triggered into this behavior, or you could bump into it and experience that behavior. So you're going to want to think about what you want to do if that's the case. Best case scenario, quiet the mind, step back emotionally, mentally, take a back seat, and just do the active listening thing, which is always kind and really pretty darn generous in situations like this, especially if it's yourself. You get triggered. We all have it. We all can step into that not so flattering behavior. But let me say, it is in that you are being invited to explore and experiment with. You're going to let something go. You're going to be seeing through this fate card, you're going to be seeing how this is connected to who you are at your core, where you want to go, what you're going to be releasing, because it's not true. It's been some limiting belief that needs to be let go of. That's the king's work. Is it easy? No, it's not. It's doing a little tough love for yourself or for someone else. But give it some thought, give it some time, do that active listening. You can ask for more information. You can repeat it back as a question. You can just sit and say, you know what? I need a moment. I need a moment. I'm going to go have a cup of tea. I'll get back to you on that. I'll give it my full attention. Whew, that coming on the heels of all this lovely stability. All right. Well, I think we're gonna get into it, because let's talk about the chart of the day. The Four of Clubs is in the Pluto position. We know that is our out of left field card. Pluto, what's that? King's position. We're all going to be asking for that moment to go have a cup of tea. I can see it. We're going to dive into the freaking truth of it. Deep down, healing truth of whatever comes up emotionally for you. It's going to be a big day. This is like the big step forward on your path. The reversals generally are. So give it some thought as to how that is going to give you a huge piece of your puzzle today, so that you can move forward in the right way. So that at the end of the day, you can say, you know what, I did the best that I could with that situation. I gave it all I had, and I'm okay with that. I don't think I could have done any better. You do the best you can with what you have at the time. Okay, that's that Six of Clubs and Four of Clubs, and hopefully we all navigate this reversed King of Hearts with the best intentions possible. So how are we going to do that with the chart of the day? It's also the ecliptic of the, I know, right? The path of the Five of Clubs is the King of Hearts. Big work to do today, especially if you are that Five of Clubs. This is really giving you that enormous opportunity. So let's talk about how you might maneuver through this with the best of intentions and the best of how you could do it. Because if we're going to think about what energy the Five of Clubs is bringing, in the highest vibration, it is making these incredibly inspiring and inquisitive decisions, learning through this kind of crisis. And it's like seeking it, just so hungry for the answers. That's that Jupiter connotation with the fives. It's joyful, it's expansive. It's that Judgment card for making those timely decisions on time. And it's this socially minded card where you're not only thinking of yourself, you're thinking of the big picture here. Sagittarius, big picture. Third deacon, again, big picture. This is the third deacon. So we are now being sub-ruled by the sun. It is self-energy, self-energizing energy. So if we look to the south, the sun card for the five of clubs in the chart, there's a three of diamonds. So it is that scramble to make good choices, working a situation, really getting in there and digging into it, and being very industrious with it as well. The lower attributes is being blocked with decision making. You don't know how to push through, feeling like you need to be too pushy. It can have a nervousness around it, and it can have an impatience, or it can go in the other direction and just be stone cold bored with it. Feeling like you don't have enough information, feeling unfocused. So, what do you want to do? Ground. Go do a chakra meditation if it feels right for you. Delve into some kind of intellectual pursuit that calms you. Have that cup of tea. Read a book, right? Find one of those books that really gives you the message that is always right for you. There's many out there. All right. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, five of clubs. Let's talk about your chart a little bit while we look at your birthday. Happy birthday, five of clubs. I had to laugh when these cards came out because it looks like she's got ginormous feet and taking big strides in this lifetime, right? Which is a total possibility for you to do. I love it. All right, let's see what you get for the Creativity Oracle and where you are being invited to take a closer look in order to raise your vibration so that at the end of the day you can say, you know what, I did what I intended to do. I held it together. I got through it. I did the best that I could, and I'm okay with that. And you fill that well of energy to be drawn on. We're just the day after the new moon, so you can put all of that good intentions into the alchemy of self or what you're doing, what you want to do. Just make sure it's for the greater good and that you're asking for it in respect to whatever comes back through will be of good measure. All right. Generosity. You can afford to be generous with the gift of your time and attention. Isn't that beautiful? You know, it's exactly the card that you probably needed to hear. Generosity, right? It doesn't have to cost you anything. I think yesterday we were talking about just acknowledging this kindness and being kind and generous. I was just reading about that this morning, about how to raise your vibration by giving that attention in a good way to others. It's all just time and attention. That's a really nice card to get. I think very manageable too. All right, let's see what you get for spirit and nature. The King of Diamonds. All right, wow. This is in your Jack's position, your Uranus position. That is the creative rebel. Yes, I can see you totally being the creative rebel when it comes time for being generous. Think of all the unconventional ways that you can reflect back to someone how beautiful and lovely they are. Just acknowledging, just a thumbs up or a nod in the direction of someone with a smile. You know, it's all it really takes. Beautiful. So the King of Diamonds, this is giving value, giving worth to people. It is really being the greatest benefactor to others. And what happens when you do that? You grow. You grow your vibration. You grow your manifesting abilities. And how do you do that? Because every time that you can give in this particular kind of generosity, it comes back to you. And you get these little nuggets, being a 5 of clubs, that are invaluable to figuring out who you are at your core. All right. Your overlying karma card is the 4 of clubs. So that feeling of stability, it just happens and the rug gets pulled out from under you. It's hard to rest in the feeling that you can rest. So take some time, seriously do some grounding meditations. I highly recommend some chakra cleaning, paying real attention to that root chakra. But it's so good to just take that all the way through and really cleanse your vibration and invite this new, generous kindness way of giving this year, and you will benefit more than you could possibly imagine. Yesterday we had the wish jar, and as I was saying yesterday, I put runes in here, especially during this holiday season, being the pagan that I am. And I put runes in and I make a request, a wish for an answer to something. You decide, and then pull a rune and see where that takes you. You can write them down on a piece of paper. You can do whatever you want and see what happens. You could actually do a jar of the 52 cards, like today do a 5 and a club, and then just see what that means for you. All right, let's see what you get for the Wishcraft. The Lucky Walk. I am generous and loving. Wow, that could have not been a more complete message for you. I love it. This is so good. All right. I don't think there's a thing I could add to this message today. I'm very pleased that it came out so well. Happy birthday, 5 of clubs. Yes, you are going to have a good year. I can feel it. Carpe diem, everyone. Remember, let's stay kind and curious as we're all journeying creatively.